No matter how busy you are or how stressful life gets, you can always find time to declutter. In fact, with the right strategies, decluttering can become much faster and more efficient. In today's video, I'm going to share 10 tips that can speed up your decluttering process by 20, 50, or even 80%. This way, you won't have to worry about clutter anymore, and will have more time for other important things in your busy life. Sounds too good to be true? Let me show you how. Let's get started. My first piece of advice is to halt the influx of new clutter. This might sound straightforward, but it wasn't for me. When I began my decluttering journey, I disposed of items by selling them online or donating them to thrift stores. After dropping off these large loads, I would always wander inside to browse. Inevitably, I found new things to bring home and rationalized it by thinking I could sell them if I didn't end up liking them. However, this habit only hindered my decluttering progress and created more work for me. It's akin to trying to drain a pool while a fire hose is filling it up. I understand that implementing this change immediately can be challenging. To help you get started, I've included videos below the description on what a minimalist should and shouldn't buy. Please check them out for guidance. Hope you will find them useful. Tip number 2. Stay determined on your decluttering goal, especially when time is limited. Put on your mental blinders and maintain intense focus. Imagine you've allocated 15 minutes for decluttering and you step into the kitchen all set to begin. Suddenly, you notice the dishes from this morning still need washing. You think to yourself, I should quickly take care of these dishes. However, before you realize it, 15 minutes have slipped away, the children are calling for your attention, and you remember 5 other tasks awaiting completion. You leave the kitchen without making any progress on your decluttering mission. Minimize distractions as much as possible. Resist the urge to tidy up or organize. Instead, channel all your energy into decluttering. Remind yourself that once you clear away the clutter, cleaning and organizing what remains will become significantly easier in the future. Number 3. Cleaning from top to bottom is a highly effective strategy that saves both time and effort. Start by cleaning higher areas such as ceilings, ceiling fans, shelves, and chandeliers. This way, any dust and cobwebs will fall down to the lower surfaces, which you can clean afterward. If you begin with the floor or lower surfaces, the dust from higher areas will fall and dirty them again, making you redo your work. Therefore, cleaning from top to bottom not only saves time, but also ensures your home is thoroughly clean. My next tip to help you declutter faster is donate more. I've sold their outgrown clothing in bulk on Facebook Marketplace or eBay. However, this year, with so much on our plates, I chose a different approach, donating the items in good condition and recycling the rest. Donating not only clears space quickly, but also supports those in need, making it a win-win. I'm a strong advocate for sustainable decluttering, but when you're feeling overwhelmed, it's essential to simplify the process. Instead of creating additional tasks, focus on easy, meaningful actions. Tip number 4 to help you declutter more efficiently is to leverage the 80-20th rule, also known as the Pareto principle. This principle suggests that 80% of your results stem from 20% of your efforts, and it is relevant to many aspects of life, including your home. For instance, 20% of your habits can account for 80% of your productivity, or most people wear 20% of their wardrobe 80% of the time. How can you apply this rule to speed up your decluttering process? One effective approach is to focus on the high-impact areas in your home. This might involve clearing visual clutter from prominent surfaces, such as kitchen countertops, bookshelves, or the dining room table, giving your eyes a chance to rest. If you recognize that you only use 20% of your wardrobe 80% of the time, this insight can be the push you need to start letting go of some of those clothes. And that brings me to my next tip. Be decisive. Now, here we are standing in front of my wardrobe, which is already quite streamlined. I have about 80 pieces that I mix and match throughout the year to create various outfits for my minimalist wardrobe. However, even someone like me, who considers themselves quite minimalist, still has items in their closet that they've been avoiding decluttering. So today, I'm going to address that. When it comes to deciding whether to keep or discard something, I often use a simple rule. If I haven't worn it or used it in the past year, it's time to let it go. For example, I have this dress that I bought on sale a few years ago, thinking I'd wear it to a special occasion. However, that occasion never came, and every time I see it hanging in my closet, it reminds me of the missed opportunity. So, I've made the decision to donate it to someone who will actually wear and appreciate it. By being decisive and letting go of items that no longer serve a purpose in my life, I'm making room for new experiences and opportunities. One effective tip to speed up home cleaning is to create designated drop zones for miscellaneous items. Drop zones are areas where you can temporarily place items that you're unsure where to put or need to deal with later. These drop zones can be strategically placed throughout the house, such as near entryways, in the living room corner, or near the staircase. By establishing such zones, you not only make cleaning easier, but also organize your home more efficiently. You can easily sort and address items in the drop zones when you have some free time, without disrupting your daily cleaning routine. The key is to strive to keep these areas clean and tidy to avoid creating a cluttered feeling in your home. Here's another helpful decluttering tip. Use a timer. It's a common misconception that you need hours to declutter effectively, but the truth is, even dedicating just 15 minutes a day can yield noticeable results in keeping your home organized. If you're skeptical, feel free to watch a video where I demonstrate this technique. In just 30 minutes, I managed to declutter my entire home successfully. I divided this time into segments of 5 minutes for each of the 6 most cluttered areas in my home. And I was amazed by how much I accomplished within such a short time frame. Tip number 9 on this list is to use a rehome box. A lot of people know to grab boxes or bags before they start decluttering to separate the stuff that they want into trash, recycle, donate, sell, etc. But I also like to have a box for rehoming my clutter. I don't want to run back and forth putting stuff here and there as I go. I find it a much more efficient use of my time to put everything that belongs elsewhere into one box, bin, or even a tray. Then, I declutter that space. After I declutter that space, I walk around my home and put the stuff back where it goes. That really helps speed up and streamline the decluttering process. Here's my final nugget of advice for you today. Infuse decluttering with joy. When you approach it as something enjoyable, you're far more likely to keep at it down the road. Even if decluttering feels like an uphill battle, resist dwelling on the challenges. Shift your focus to the positives instead. There's a myriad of ways to turn decluttering into a delightful and uplifting experience. Consider firing up a music playlist that never fails to ignite your motivation. Or make a deal with yourself. Kickstart decluttering and reward yourself with listening to your favorite YouTuber or that podcast you've been saving. Many find taking before pictures immensely gratifying. It's a visual reminder of progress waiting to happen. You could also explore printable aids like decluttering bingo, 30-day challenges, or handy checklists to stay on course. Whatever it takes to keep your decluttering journey fueled by inspiration and determination. And remember, this isn't an exhaustive list of decluttering wisdom. If you're craving extra motivation and fresh ideas, dive into the suggested video. Until we meet again next week, take care and say farewell.